Hey, what up, guys? So, on this episode, I want to talk about South Africa's biggest problem. We've got a lot of problems here, man. We've got violence, we've got murders, we've got theft, we've got the economy that's not going anywhere fast, and so forth and so forth. But how I've figured out is that I think our main problem is actually leadership. While I was scrolling through Twitter, as what normally an unemployed South African with daughter would do on a Tuesday afternoon, I actually came across a clip which Cyril was actually answering a question regarding should South Africa arrest Julius Malema for singing the Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer song. Now, I sort of remembered last week that something along those lines was spoken about when he was with Trump at the Oval Office, but I wasn't really sure what was the answer, but I know that it wasn't sufficiently answered. So I'm going to play this first clip that I actually saw of Cyril talking to South African media here at home, talking about the Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer and why they can't arrest Julius Malema. Play the clip.
For us. And when it comes to the issues of arresting anyone for any slogan, that is a sovereign issue. It's not a matter where we need to be instructed by anyone that go and arrest this one. We are a very proud sovereign country that has its own laws, that has its own processes, and we take into account what the Constitutional Court also decided when it said that, that slogan, kill the Boer, kill the farmer, is a liberation chant and slogan. And it's not meant to be a message that elicits or calls upon anyone to go and be killed. And that is what our court decided. So they will probably want to arrest people willy-nilly. We follow the dictates of our constitution because we are a constitutional state and we are a country where freedom of expression is the bedrock of our constitutional arrangements.
So when Cyril was at the White House last week and he was talking to Donald Trump, there was two incidents where it was spoken about the song, this Kill the Boer song. At the first incident, Cyril answered. I'm going to show you right now. And right after that, I'm going to play the clip where he didn't answer, which I think was more important than the first answer. And I'll explain why after that. So here are the clips.
You can't go there. He said they want to take your land, they take your land, and they kill you. It's okay, and they say it's okay to do. Now, we're going to talk about it, but this is a tremendous, look, this is story recent. These are all people that recently got killed. Yeah. And I don't know how it can get any worse. These are and the men that you saw, the people that you saw, that those are officials. Those are people that were in office. They had one march, they had a dance in your parliament, whatever you may call it, legislature.
Well, let me clarify that.
Yeah,
let me clarify that because what you saw, the speeches that were being made, one, that is not government policy. We have a multi-party democracy in South Africa that allows people to express themselves, political parties to adhere to various policies, and in many cases, or in some cases, those policies do not go along with government policy. Our government policy is completely against what he was saying, even in the parliament. And they're a small minority party, which is allowed to exist in terms of our constitution.
That type of language in the video that you saw.
Oh yes, we've always done so. As government, as my own party, we are completely opposed to that. We, in 1955, adopted a document which said South Africa belongs to all who live in it.
But why wouldn't you arrest that man? That man said, kill the white farmers, kill the white farmers. And then he danced, and he's dancing, and it's kill the white farmers. I'm not sure, but I think if somebody got up in Parliament and started saying kill a certain group of people, he would be arrested very quickly. That man is going all over South Africa, and that's not a small party. That was a stadium that holds 100,000 people, and I hardly saw an empty seat. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of representation.
As you can see, on the first clip, Cyril answered and said, basically, this Kill the Boer and Kill the Farmer song is not government policy, and Malema, the little dictator Idi Amin, is not part of government. So that was correct. But after that, when the second clip was played, he didn't actually force himself to answer. As you know, he was taking the lead in actually answering what he felt he could answer. But the main argument for Trump on the second one was that if this guy is saying all of the stuff, all right, and you are the president, why aren't you doing something about it? Why aren't you doing something about someone who's saying kill a part of a minority in your country? And Cyril didn't answer that. Now, a lot of people might say, okay, maybe, in the White House it got hectic and journalists were screaming and Trump was going on his forever and ever tangents as he usually does. But I don't think that actually excuses him, because what impact or what influence or what that clip and not answering what Trump said leaves in people's mind is that you actually don't care about this. You actually don't want to do anything about it. Now, if you're a South African, you know that there was a court case and AfriForum took Julius to court, and it actually even went to the Constitutional Court, whereby they said Malema is allowed to sing it, as he explained in the first clip. He's allowed to sing it because it doesn't actually encourage people to actually go out and do these heinous crimes. It's just a struggle song, all right? But now you didn't say that. You didn't say that when 95% of the world's media was on you. You saying it here back home, and nobody is listening to you. Only us, who actually care about the stuff, are listening to you. So is that a sign of good leadership? I'm asking you guys now that are watching the video. Is that a sign of good leadership where you've got the answer, which is a very important answer, because Trump's argument is that you guys as government are actually behind all these killings in the farms. You guys are actually advocating or turning a blind eye to it, in some way encouraging these killings on the farms. We all know that is bullshit, right? But now when you've got the chance at the biggest stage, you don't actually express why you can't do anything about it. Because we are a constitutional democracy, and the guy has been told that he's allowed to sing it through the laws, through the court. So now you've got people that are thinking that, maybe Trump is right. Maybe the South African government doesn't give an F about their minority groups or the farmers, to be more specific, just because you didn't answer the question. And that for me is a lack of leadership, because that's the most important thing that you wanted to say there, that there's no genocide, there's no systematic killings of farmers and Boers, and also that it's not government policy. But it shouldn't stop there. It's actually in the law that they're allowed to sing it, because it doesn't lead to killings. I don't know. I thought that was pure leadership. You guys can tell me below what you guys think. I think that's the major part about our the problem that we have in SA. On the song of the Kill Boer, Kill the Farmer song, I've got my 2 cents that I'm just going to add here for anyone who's still watching the video. The first one is, if Malema's argument is that it was a struggle song and it was sang by the ANC, firstly, you guys are the EFF. Can't you guys devise your own struggle song? That's the first one. The second one, are you saying the same fight that was then, which was about liberation, as much as you say, which is in your EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters, we've got the liberation in terms of the vote, and now we're fighting for the money, in terms of the economy, to play a larger role in the economy. Don't you think you should find a song and make a song which is more appropriate to the times, because the times are not the same? I don't give a damn too much about the song, because like we all know, it doesn't lead to anything, but there are people that are unhappy about it. And the funny thing is that while Trump was trying to make the song out as government policy or a widespread thought process for people, black people in South Africa, when it comes to farmers and how they should be treated. Nobody really cares about it besides the white people. Nobody actually cares about it. Nobody listens to it. And the funny thing is, even Malema is getting bored of it. But now he's going to start singing it again because you guys put him on the world map. The guy was dead. The guy is dead. His party is dead. But you guys brought him back to life. So that's what I wanted to say. Do you think Cyril handled that question and handled one of the main things that they were there for, which was to dismantle what Trump was saying about this being a government incentive to kill Boers and farmers and take their land? Or do you think he didn't have a chance to answer? I don't know. Let me know. I just feel it was poor leadership, which just goes further into poor leadership from the ANC, the comrades, that has been happening for the past 2 decades, a decade and a half. Yeah, that's it from me. Cheers.